G'day, Gary Schultz is my name. I'm here to help you out with some basics around how to use your Polycom device, your high definition device. The bits and pieces, you've got two remotes. The Polycom remote is the one that you really want to use most of the time. The TV remote just is to control the TV and you don't use it much. The codec will be found behind this TV screen in your mobile device, and there should be a blue light in the power halfway up. Green square button, should be blue light on there if the power's all good. Right, the camera, the motorised camera sitting on top is able to pan and to go up and down and to zoom in and out, controlled by the Polycom remote. Setting presets is a really good idea. So what I want you to do is I want you to zoom out to a full room view, press and hold number 1. Then you'll get a preset 1 stored, information come up on the screen. That means that you've set a preset. Well done. Then I want you to zoom to another place in the room, hold 2, and for a few seconds, and store preset 2. You've now stored 2 presets. If you press 1, it'll pop back to the full room view. If you press 2, it'll zoom to where you were before. You can control the camera of the remote device, the one that you dialed into, and you do that by pressing the far button. Then you're controlling the far camera, the remote camera. To then again control your own camera, press near and you'll return the control to your camera. There's 2 volumes on the system. One is the TV has its own volume, and you should set that to about half. Then put the TV remote away. You don't need that anymore. Just use the Polycom device remote, and set it to about half. You can make what we call a point call direct to another school. You go into the directory, into the DEECD schools directory, and you can either scroll through to find the school or use the search window and search for the school. When you find it, press call and you will make the call to that school. Each unit has its own extension number, and if you know that extension number, you can dial that direct in the place a call window back on the home screen. You can get to the home screen at any time off your Polycom remote by pressing the home button. If there's going to be more than 2 video conferencing machines in the call at one time, then we have to book a virtual meeting room on the bridge. You can make that booking through me or through ITD. Log a job with the service desk and you can book it, or go to Jason Hume. Lighting, very important, similar to photography. If you've got too much background lighting, then you're going to have a silhouette view. Natural lighting, like sunlight, isn't necessarily the best. Can change during the session, but you will work that out just to make sure you haven't got light behind to get that silhouette view. Look into the camera to engage with your audience. Perhaps not as close as what this picture suggests, but they should be able to see your expressions. The cable, they can be a little bit fragile. It should be close to the dominant speaker. If there's going to be a group discussion in your session, then you want the microphone as central as possible to the group. Other than that, should be near the dominant speaker. They are very sensitive and they will pick up pen clicks and rustling of paper. So be very wary of that during the session. To mute the microphone, either press the button on top of the microphone or you can do it via the remote. If the red lights are on red, then the microphone is muted. Controlling content, sharing content over your laptop. Just plug into the VGA cable in the same way as you would with a data projector or an interactive whiteboard, and then just control your laptop exactly the same way, going through what might be, for example, a PowerPoint presentation, and that will be shared out via the video conferencing unit. Merely just press the content button on your video remote to toggle between content being shared and the video picture being shared. Troubleshooting, well, there's not a lot that you can do, and there's not a lot that your technician can do. Really, first thing, a few things to check is, on the home screen, your IP, or what it says, my IP in the bottom of the screen, should not say 0.0.0.0. If it says that, that means that you are not on the network, and you should check your Cat5 plugs, make sure that they are securely plugged in. Is the network point live on the wall? That might be the issue. Is it plugged into the curriculum network? Should be plugged into the curriculum network, not the admin network. You can check the TV inputs. Sometimes these machines get used for televisions, and they don't always put them back to the settings where they come from. So grab the TV remote, and in the inputs, make sure that it's the correct setting. It's usually HDMI 1, but your unit may have a different setting, which is fine. You just need to find out what is your setting for your machine. A good idea is to put a sticker on the back of the TV to say what that setting should be. The remote controls have batteries. They need to be replaced from time to time. You'll usually get an alert about that on the screen. If the camera isn't responding mechanically, there's not much else you can do but to turn the machine off, and you can do that straight at the power point, count to 15, turn it back on again. Everything else is really basically controlled from Melbourne. More support required? Well, yep. The contact experienced school, as you know, in your area or in your cluster, or another teacher. Contact the digital learning branch, log a job with the service desk, ask for some assistance. Best thing you can do is just get in front of the machine and play, and then you'll have some questions to ask, I'm sure. Good luck. All the best with your high definition Polycom device.